All right, everyone, we have an abortion meltdown by the far left, and it finds me literally siding with people that I generally disagree with. Of course, I'm pro-choice. I believe that abortion should be legal at least through the first trimester, with an exception thereafter if a woman's life is in danger. So if she's going to die, I have no problem with her aborting because I don't want some woman to effectively be given the death penalty by the U.S. government. I don't even support the death penalty in normal criminal cases, let alone some blameless woman who maybe got raped or something like that, was trying to carry the baby to term anyway, then finds out, hey, you're going to die if you keep carrying this because your blood pressure is going to go so high it blows your heart valves up. Yeah, I think that it should be legal under those situations. And of course, in the first trimester, I think most people agree. I have a fairly mainline view here. I'm not exactly Ralph Northam, but I'm also not exactly Newt Gingrich on the issue. That being said, the left continuously fucking cell phones on this issue, making statements in some cases that are indefensible. There is no way situationally for someone who supports abortion to actually defend some of the crazy shit that I'm seeing here. Link in the description, archived of course. There's a story that came out a couple days ago about a woman who was jailed in the state of Nebraska for having an abortion. But then, and she was a teenager too, so, it's the state of Nebraska is jailing a high schooler because of the crime of having an abortion. But it turns out that that's not the case. If you read the tweets about this, you get a completely skewed view of the actual news story, and leftoids have run with that as a form of propaganda or out of ignorance. On its face, if you just read the headline, and trust me, this is definitely lie by omission of context, then you would think that a teenage girl, so you're thinking like 14 or something like that, got arrested and put in jail for an extended period of time because she had an abortion. Those evil Republicans, they're jailing kids now. It turns out she was jailed for 90 days, and you won't serve the whole 90 days unless you're acting like an asshole, by the way, so she'll serve like 60 or 70 days, number one. Secondly, she's 18. So the fact that she's a teenager, yeah, she is, but she's also a legal adult. Number three, it was pretty late in the game when she had the abortion. At 24 weeks, it is not normally a good idea to take abortifacients, you see. And number four, the charges have nothing to do with her having an abortion. That's fine. She desecrated the fetal remains, and of course at that point there is technical viability. She desecrated the remains and burned them. She burned the remains and buried them, and so was found guilty of mutilating and concealing a corpse, which is true. That's what it is. Once it's out of the body, it was, at least at the time that it was burned, presumptively alive, actually, or at least possibly so. So the state decided to put her in jail. This is a misdemeanor, by the way. This is 90 days in jail. She won't even serve the full 90. Sorry to you that you have the situation where you have to go to jail. Most people shouldn't even be in jails for the crimes that they commit because there's no victim. On this, though, you're aborting via chemicals into the period of viability, at least in the technical sense, number one. And then you're desecrating the corpse, so you're not registering that technically live birth, or at least potentially live birth, and then burying the charred remains. It's just ghoulish. Can I please ask under what situation you wouldn't have had an abortion sooner, by the way? They are actually available various places in the country. But then the leftoids decided to weigh in. And so they're bitching specifically about something that I partake in, which is community notes on Twitter. A fun but very, very flawed system in which people who have signed up for it, you have to have Twitter Blue, be on the site long enough, and no strikes or something like that. So it is a fairly limited group of people that it is available to. If it's available to you, you should definitely get on there because it's a load of fun being able to scoop news stories simply because somebody decided to make a community note. It's actually helpful from the content creation angle too. And you got a couple of real winners here bitching about the community note system. I'm going to read them verbatim. This is Ted Lieu, of course, our favorite member of Congress. The Twitter community note at the bottom of the tweet is stupid. Putting women in jail for concealing an abortion as compared to having an abortion is not the winning message that Republicans think it is. Well, again, she was not jailed for concealing an abortion. She was jailed for mutilating a corpse, which appears to be what she did. and she's only spending a few months in a county jail. What the fuck do you care about? This is not a minor. This is an 18-year-old, by the way. If this were someone who wore a MAGA hat and broke a window, you'd be in favor of filing treason charges, Ted. So, cry me a goddamn river again. I'm pro-choice, and I find myself flabbergasted by the stupidity of these leftoids here on this issue. You can think what you will about Nebraska or any other state's abortion laws and still actually report the real news and not drive everyone into a frenzy over something that's being massively, massively misrepresented, which is exactly how the tweets about this story misrepresent it. Again, here's the tweet that he's responding to that got noted. No lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, a Nebraska teenager, again, lie by omission, you should say she's 18, has been sentenced to jail, you don't mention the sentence, and charged as a felon after ending her pregnancy with abortion pills. She faces up to 5 years in prison. She got 90 days. So what the fuck is the problem? I don't understand your concern here. I also don't understand why Ted Lieu even bothered to weigh in on it. And of course, there's a community note. The teen was not sentenced for having a chemically induced abortion during her third trimester, but for burning, burying, and concealing a dead body. Again, at that point, there is viability. So the fact that she wasn't charged with murder should be the saving grace in this particular case. By the way, there are proposed community notes on the Ted Lieu bitch piece here where he's complaining about community notes. Prosecutors did not charge Celeste Burgess under Nebraska's abortion law. She pleaded guilty to removing or concealing human skeletal remains, a felony. Prosecutors agreed to drop 2 misdemeanor charges, concealing a death and false reporting. So there you go. Next, we've got Harry Sisson. Of course, he's a paid DNC show along with his friend Maury there. I think they cross-train together. They get paid literally by a company that takes DNC money, so you know that the takes will be ultra cold. This community note on people's tweets about the teen getting 90 days in jail for events surrounding her abortion is such BS. Why don't you just say bullshit, by the way? You know, I know that you're a young dude, and so, you know, mama teached you not to have a potty mouth. Why don't you say cunt once in a while? Be cool. If Republicans wouldn't have implemented draconian and ridiculous anti-choice laws, events like this wouldn't happen. Okay. Throwing women in jail because they want to control their own body is not the flex Republicans think it is. I like the similarity between this tweet and Ted Lieu's tweet. It's almost like they are slightly modified variants of a centralized talking point developed by somebody else. I'm just putting that out there. Isn't that a little bit coincidental? Her mother faces up to 5 years in prison for helping her daughter get an abortion. Yeah, because it was in the third trimester. It was probably born viable and living, and it was then killed. The fetus or baby or whatever you choose to term it, at that point was viable. Most Americans, by the way, are not riding on your side with regards to this issue, Harry. Republicans are throwing anyone involved in an abortion in jail. It's insane. We will vote out anti-choice Republicans in 2024. Again, I believe abortion should be legal. I agree with the left on that particular take. I simply don't believe that once a baby is fully viable, capable of surviving outside of the womb, that abortion should be an option unless there is no other option available. That's not strange. It's not extreme. It's the mainline opinion of the entirety of Western civilization. Terry, Ted, have you checked out the cutoff for abortion in European countries, the ones that you want the United States generally to more emulate? You know, by anti-free speech laws and more regulations and anti-gunnery. Have you checked out the abortion cutoffs? It's usually 12 or 14 weeks. That's the way it is in virtually the entire EU. There are only a few places in the world with more lax laws with regards to abortion access. A few places in Canada, I think one of the Australian provinces, I think, if I remember correctly, and it was only one of them, and what was it, the Philippines or some Asian country, or Vietnam. Those are the only places in the world that are more lax than most U.S. states. What the fuck are you bitching about? In the United States, a person is capable of going from state to state to get the abortion anyway. It is possible to do. I suppose some Europeans probably do that. What are they probably go to the United States to get more lax abortion laws. Oh, Vermont sounds lovely this time of year, and it's the middle of January, so, good luck landing the plane, asshole. It's a surprise that anyone lives in that fucking godforsaken state at this point. Anyway, I thought that the left breaking down over this was funny because you're breaking down over something that's not even real. You're claiming that a teen was thrown in prison for an abortion. It's not what happened. An 18-year-old who took abortion pills spurred on by their mother, and so the mother's going to get the bigger charge in that. It's, coercive possibly. Killed a viable baby in the 3rd trimester and then attempted to conceal the fact that they had done so. That's not exactly the same as how it's being represented in the tweets now, is it? That's about all. Peace out.